that was one thing I came up with was the I don't know if it's been done in a movie before, but I wanted my mind to, to make the action more interesting and not just like, so you zone out while you're watching action. You need to kind of change it up and put original things that you don't see in regular movies. And I don't know if this wasn't or not, but just the guy catching the grenade and right before he throws it, and exploding, and then you got the legs falling. That was all kind of something I came up with. Yeah, the scene where the trooper catches a grenade and it basically cuts him in half. All you see is I think his legs, or his lower half, like falls over. Surprisingly easy to do. Or again, IME just pulled out all the stops, and it really came through on this one. Basically, it was me. They'd filmed me catching the grenade, and I had to stand there, and then fall over, I think, if I remember right. Is that right? Okay, now get your hands in the air. Drop the gun.
Oh, for my waist?
Yeah. Okay, now fall off to a side somewhere. Nate, you're just dropping your legs. Good.
So, we've been making these movies for a long time. And for the longest time, we were mostly keeping our movies PG. Most of us grew up in a, household where we didn't believe in violence. We didn't believe in, foul language, except for, I guess you can call me the black sheep, because, I kind of threw those out the door. But this was the first movie where we actually added raw, dark images. And the editing, you see, in the movie, body parts being blown up. You see blood, and the way the movie's edited and put together, and even the gun sound effects, to the guns, they match. I mean, little things like the flash coming out of the barrel of the gun. I mean, those are things that really happen when you fire a weapon, and to be able to capture that and add that, there was a lot of time and energy invested into that.
For the end battle, Eric and I, another cool thing we did was, we're out there and we're just trying to come up with some ideas and stuff, extra shots, and I don't know how it came about, but we thought it would be cool to start dismembering people. We had these dummy legs and arms and stuff, and so we're like, well, we brought these all the way down here, we might as well use them. So I think a guy gets his arm shut off, and then another guy gets his head blown off or something like that. It's the bloodiest scene, I think, probably in the whole movie if you think about it. The scene where the guy gets his arm shut off by Morris was actually kind of fun to do. Eric basically had his arm kind of tucked in. He was holding on to it, and we had all this blood on the end of it. Nate pulls his arm off this guy, and it's supposed to be like, after the explosion, it kind of ripped away his skin or something, and it helps him up and tears off. But when we got into the editing room, it kind of seemed like a zombie moment. We didn't want that something in the movie, so kind of had to cut it together. So Morris kind of, is firing the bullet as his arm is being pulled, and that's kind of what makes it tear away. But little things like that.
Get it. Are you trying to scare me?
Yeah.
Okay.
On your butt?
Sure.
The head coming off, I added smoking in that because some people thought that was a little too gory. But we just wanted to make it real, but we're also having fun. Just having fun with blood and whatnot. Getting the blood, this movie is quite gory at times. But you're not thinking about it when you actually make it. So we got to get the blood coming out of Nate's head, of Sharp's character. We kind of he fell back, and he would stay there, and I was trying to get blood to run down his head.
Yeah, he's still dead.
And,
Hold it. Ready?
And I was doing it high, and it wasn't working, so I quickly thought, as we were shooting, as we were recording the video, I'm like, well, I'll just quickly, thinking editing terms, I'll cut off the top of his head, cut out my hand, and so I brought my hand down to where, it should be coming out, and basically we were able to get the blood to kind of just flow down his face naturally. It looks like it actually comes out of his head, and that was just me with my hand above it, pouring it out. And so I would just replace the top part where my hand is where his, the footage of his head where it's just sitting there. And so then I added, bullet hole kind of, and it kind of just worked out real well. And definitely one of the grosser shots of the movie.
I died. How do you feel?
It tastes like
Oh man. Don't get it on the carpet.
my bad. I did. No, I didn't. It's like right there.
Let's go.
What happened? What happened?
It's fake.
It's fake. I'm okay.
See? How does it feel to be dead?
Actually feels pretty good.
You'll be alive when you shoot Scott's scene though.
On my way to heaven.
No.
Just kidding.
Well, for one thing, when we had planned that scene, there was supposed to be water on the ground, and there had been years ago. And then when we came back to shoot it, there was no water, and so we were like, well, how do we act like there's water in here, and there's not? And I'm not even sure how we resolved that. We might have. A lot of it was sound effects, because I know Eric was able to add like dripping sounds or little splashing sounds, and it sells that there's water in there, but there wasn't any. But then we're like, how do we get this electrical cable effect? And we just got some rope with a flare firework thing on there, and we just like wiggled it around, and I think it looks fantastic. It's like such a simple little trick, and and with the sound effect of it going, it really feels like it's an electrical cable out of control.
I just got wet for you. Alright, ready?
I feel like you're my wife.
Action. Tree's falling! Action. Action.
Another scene I helped with was when Josh gets trapped under the log. We took a log and basically dropped it in the water, and then we IME again dropped Scott Reeves in the scene.
Action.
Ready again?
Go ahead.
What? Okay, we're ready? Here we go. You wanted me to stand there. Good?
And again did a really good face off thing and put Josh's face on Scott, and made it look it's really quick, but it actually looks like he gets hit by the tree. The end battle stuff was stuff I'd always come back to, because if there was a scene I was waiting on or something, I'm like, well, I could be editing on the end battle and adding more elements to it, just making it that much more intense. And I don't want to go all George Lucas on and keep adding tons and tons of stuff. But, maybe in a special edition, you have all these special effects. No, but I would always add more and more and more, and I think you can kind of see that that's where a lot of the special effects are, is in the end battle, and that was one of the first things that we ever shot. So it's like I had the most time to spend on those scenes, and even though it is a long battle, I don't know, there's lots going on, and that was definitely a lot of work to get that all to work together.
Why is Buzz just gonna be leaning in on the shot? Damn.
Alright, I guess.
That looked messed up.
Eric having a seizure on tape.
And that's how visual effects are done.